Well, let's go. There's that toolbox. We'll hear some music in a second. Going up, there's some BMW parts. I just don't see any reason to putting all that junk on there. So let's go in here. It looks worse than it is because of that stuff. Well, there's all my SU pumps. There's bearings. That's some gauge stuff. Oh, yes, that's Can-Am stuff. That's glass lenses. So here's what I'm looking for here. Let's go see if we can build us a pump out of all this stuff that works pretty good. And got all that fabric over there. Anybody need any vinyl siding? And there's not much up here really. Tires are flat on the compressor. That's a given, isn't it? Okay, well it runs pretty good. I'm happy with it. Don't need to take it down for anything anyway. So let's, don't think I got any other SU stuff over here. Oh, okay. Let's make sure of that. Very expensive voltage regulators. Okay, stuff from Becker radios. Big old starters and generators. Jaguar stuff. I don't think there's any SU stuff in there. Austin Healey stuff. There's Romina, the $3,500 navigation system. In its day, I was one of the few people on the planet that had one. I don't see any other SU stuff. TR3, there's Harley Davidson stuff. I could throw a lot of this away, but right now, that's all the junk off the BMW. I don't care about it. It's just ridiculously crazy how much junk was in that car to make it be quieter. It's quiet enough. Austin Healey bumpers, Spitfire bumpers, new lights, shop lights. All right, let's get these down there and see what I got. All right, I got my table saw all covered with a fitted bed sheet. I don't think I would have bought that, but I don't know. I don't know where a lot of this fabrics come from. But anyway, I'm going to lay everything out here and see what I got here. If I've got the diode type or the other type and all that. You know, talking about the driver for the points, So there's different kinds. We'll talk about it in a minute. Oh, working diode, it says I got one right there. I don't believe it, though. Well, here's a flyover of all the stuff I'm not going to use because I don't trust it. It's just too dang old. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. So here's a pretty good looking one here. I may just power this one up and see. That's an electronic one. Guaranteed factory replacement. Guaranteed to do what? So we got that one, which I kind of like. That's the old kind. See the pin here and all that stuff. So not too keen on that one. I think I'm going to use that to hold the sheet down right there. We'll use this stuff to hold the sheet down because the wind's coming from the east today. Alright, let's see if I can get... I had another one of these, which looks to be all together now. I believe that this diode has seen its day. I'll let that go. I got some new ones here. Who knows? So I don't think I have anything positive ground anymore. There's another one. We'll see. Okay, and here's all the points. That's the point of it all, I guess. There's tons of those. This is the one I find most interesting. Alright, let's see what happens if I power this one up. It probably needs adjustment. I found all of these. I found the springs. I found all those banjo fittings. I found all this nice stuff. It ain't too nice. I'd installed one on something back then, and must have been when I only had one SU pump on a car. I really think that was that yellow MGA, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's get some power over here. Generally, how's the gas in there? Anyway, I guess it gets locked up in there. Ooh, it doesn't smell good. Red usually means positive earth. I've hooked this up a couple of different ways and tried to adjust it. I got nothing. I'm going to keep trying though. That seems to be the winner of the day right there. So we'll see if I can get this one to click over, but it don't seem very good. I'm getting sparks, and I can hear it. Here, I'll do it for you. We're going to do positive earth first, and it just makes a very, very anemic little click here. So that's positive earth. And here's the other way. I think this is one of those that swings both ways, but I do have red tape on it, so one would think that was positive earth. Why don't they just put a big positive symbol right here? I do have the official paper though, say Zenith and SU and all that AM, AI. That one's bugging me. I don't know what I'm going to do about that one. We'll worry about that later. But let's take a look at these points. They're really quite. They're not real terrible, but they're pretty terrible. That one there's really pitted. So I think I'm going to change those out. And remember, it's 90 thousandths from the body to this pin right here, as we all know, right there. And then this 30 there. But those are a little bit more burnt than I was counting on. All the centralizing little rings fell out. That spring looks real good in there. And so diaphragm don't look too bad. I just know this thing doesn't have that many miles on it. Notice the orientation of the spring, the small conical point goes toward the diaphragm. So let's get these points out of here. And just pick the best. I got a piece of sandpaper here if I needed it, but that's kind of burnt on that one side. I'm surprised. So in order to get the points out, you take the diaphragm out. And there's this pin right here, and you can't use anything but that pin because it's hardened. And you have to take the screw out right here to get the that little. Boy, that was nice, isn't it? That's kind of nice. I think those might be the ones. So let's get these out of here. Hang on a second. Alright, let's just take it all the way out here. I moved my little lewd lamp over here. I've had that a long time. And there's old Lance the dog. So, peanut head. So here we go. Let's get these out of here. Okay. Yeah, those are just kind of just ate up. Okay. And they're really quite simple things, but it's better not to stop right now. It's better to go ahead and finish what you're doing and just pick the best I can. I'm thinking of changing the upper part too, so I may do that. I think that's a diode. Looks like a diode. 1.5K diode. Okay, we're going to change it anyway. Okay, I got 5 sets of upper points. These 2 were gone. Those 2 were just not any good. I don't see any reason to keep them. Okay, so I think the best out of this set, this is the set that came out of them. It's probably those right there. And they look about, okay, we'll put those up here. And we're going to get a little 3000 here and polish those up. Okay, that's part 1. I cleaned up these contacts. I got some little bit of dielectric grease I'm going to use on all these connections. This is a tough environment, so anything you can do to kind of cut down on corrosion, and that's why they tape around them too, is cut down the moisture in them. So anyway, we'll clean these up and then we'll move to the bottom points. Kind of like these because I like that really nice earthing strap. That looks old-fashioned to me. Well, that's nice. That's real nice. Okay, so we'll keep this one here. These go there. So I think those are right out. I'm going to keep them, but those aren't any good. Those aren't any good. These are the ones that came out of it. Like I say, I'm feeling it for those right there. I'd say these are all very comparable. I don't know, I'm just getting the vibe on that one. Oh, look how shiny those are. So, I hope that's going to work a little better. Okay, don't put any grease on the points, okay? And I think that's going to be good. The rest of that looks good too. Okay, let's put it back together. It's a little fiddly getting that diaphragm stalk right there, well, trust me, to go into that part there. It'll go. I got it to go. You just have to kind of, keep messing around with it. So I got to get these in far enough to get those brass spacers in. So we'll see how it works here soon, I hope. I got them little scutters in there. It didn't take but a minute. So you can see them kind of wanting to fall out again. So tighten this up. You know the drill. Ooh, that looks like that's gonna not be 90 thousandths. Well, let's get it. Thing. So you remember see they'll probably flip over now. I don't know. See, you do it to where it won't flip over, and then you get it. You cock it around this way until it won't flip over, and then you get it to where it'll flip over one, and then you go back about 5 more spaces on these screws. It's everybody's seen it a million times, but so anyway, I'll show you as we go. Okay, you push on the bottom of the diaphragm, and they're not clicking over. So you go back one set of screws here, and then maybe it'll click over now. Just barely. So now you go back 5 clicks. Alright, got a nice gentle rain falling out there. So we're back 5 clicks, and that feels pretty good. Okay, so that ain't, I can tell you right now, that ain't 90 thousandths from here, from this tang to the body here, ain't no 90 thousandths. So let's bend that up. And oh, ABBA, all right. Where's Lee Pace when you need him? Okay, I got that tang there bent up, and I can just get 90 in there. So that's a go right there. So there's that tang right here that you have to bend up to bring it down so you can get 30 thousandths there. Okay, looking pretty good. I don't know what it means, but I had an extra one of these, so I'll put a new one in. This goes between the body and the valve body. Now you want to remember to have your outlet facing up when you mount it, and then you want this vent right here going down a little bit. And let's test it now. Okay, get in there, stay. Alright, so new diode, new points. Okay, here we go. Ooh, did you see that? I saw it blowing. Let's put this there. Well, that's got some action to it there. Watch that piece of sandpaper. Alright. I smell gas. Okay. This will be a nice little extra one to have lying around. You can't. This is one of those weird ones. It's like the one on Spitfire. It's got you got to have that plate on there to hold the valve, the vents, the things that the gas comes in and out of. So anyway, see inlet, it'll go down, vent goes down a little bit, fittings I guess, and outlet goes up. Okay, let's put this back together and we'll call this quits. So that was pretty good. I saw the dirt move. Well, it's not supposed to be too dirty here, so don't let it get too dirty. So you'll see there's a lump in this thing. This is really where this big diode should go. I think I feel better about this diode. I don't know why, but I sanded up all the terminals, put some dielectric grease on them. And I may foul around with this thing some, but it's just I'll have it. So it'd be nice to have two extra. That's like $600 worth of pumps. These things are like 300 bucks now. Okay, well let's put it back together. I've got a bunch of these kind of nuts with a little divot in them. See, it's dished out. It's concave. I got a couple of those, but a lot of times you'll see that they don't have that. But I'm going to use that because I think it'll make better contact. So I'm happy about this. This is great. All right, I don't worry about that. We'll worry about that when we get there, I guess. And let's see, I don't want it. I usually want them to stay internal a little bit like that. I don't like them going out here. I don't know why. I just usually point them that way. I don't know why. It just seems I've never have any interference with anything that way. The spade going this way. Okay, don't forget to wrap them up with a little black tape or red tape if it's positive earth. Okay, last checkup here. Sounds good to me. And if you got a box full of these, try to get one of them to run just in case something goes wrong with your other ones. What have I got with SU pumps? So that's got two because that's a race car. That's got that tandem system. Healy's got one. This is not supposed to have one, but it does because I like them. That car over there is the one we did the other day. It has one. So there's any opportunity for failure, right? So sure is looking pretty grim out. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to get in trouble. I don't care. If you got an SU pump and you really want to check it, you can build one of these. I don't think I'm going to build one of those. A test rig. So boy, that would these days would be a couple of $100 to build something like that just to check your SU pump. I'm going to be checking the SU pump anyway, and I'm going to get in further trouble here. And I'm going to show exactly. I'm not gonna say what publication is, but you see that right there. This is the top of the metal body of the SU pump, and this is the plastic phenolic part, and there are the points. Now there's some confusion, and I've seen this when I worked at the Roadster factory and other things like this. Once you get like I talked about earlier, once you get the points to lay over when you're pressing the diaphragm, you turn it 4 holes or 5 holes over. Generally that's okay. And you got to get all this. I would recommend going back and forth on this thing a couple of times and just kind of keep checking it. Look at the size of that capacitor thing. Okay, but anyway, let's go back to this way. Some people think that you measure the point gap at 30. That is incorrect. I really wasn't very clear on that. It is, there's your 30 thousandths. It says 35 there, 30, 35, somewhere in that range. But there's your body right there. And then down here, from the bottom of the points where we were doing the 70, some say 90, kind of up to you. I don't know. I could go 80. Go 80. So this stuff's pretty old stuff, and this is where does the spring washer go? it goes at the bottom, not the top, and then some people think the spring goes at the nut, which is D, and there's a lead washer, which is C, and then the end of the lead. But the spring washer goes between the phenolic part and the bottom of the contactor. So that's basically all there is to that. But I kind of wanted to talk about that. The information on SU pumps is very sketchy and different. People do it differently. Yeah, I'm watching this guy pull a bearing race out. So let's go down there, and we're gonna do the Stonyfield's yogurt container test. On this pump, make sure she's a pump, and I generally do this. I just didn't show it, but I will. I guess I will be showing it, because once I swim down to the barn, my gosh, yeah, it's rained going on 6/10 since, what is it, in less than 2 hours. It is just pouring and coming off my rain chains, and really something out there. I don't want my pond to fill up before I finish it. I've got some more concrete. I'm getting there. In the past 28 hours, it has rained almost 4 inches here. More to come. Yeah, I throw my onions out there to keep the possums away. And I trying to class the place up a little bit by throwing some old tires out there. They're about to be recycled. And my pond is filling up. So I'm going to try to make it down to the barn. And I hope that I'll keep my feet dry. If I don't, I'll just have to come right back. But I'm going to have to go the long way. And because I can't go that way, because you can tell it's like another pond. So I got this big pile of dirt. You know where that came from, don't you? Well, it came from digging the pond. So, and that was part of the reasoning, was I kind of wanted that dirt to kind of level things out. Now you see why. I need to level it right there for sure. And there's where the electric line was. You can tell just a few feet off to the left of the driveway, that green patch. And there's another green patch. That's the septic lines going up through here, and there's that, and then the power line. And so anyway, let's go there and see if we can make another SU pump. I'm kind of giving up on that electronic one. I can't get it to go. I don't think it's any big loss. I made it. I didn't get too wet. All right, well let's crank things up here. Woo. Oh, let's run our test on that pump. I'm going to do that first. All right, so it's not Stonyfield. It's our Greek god, but they're still not a sponsor. So we're going to test this thing now. And water's a great solution, no pun intended. But be sure and blow it out. Not the water, but your pump after you're through pumping water through it. And then you put WD-40 in there at your own risk. WD-40 can sometimes cause, I didn't tell you this, when I was gonna rebuild this other pump, I picked up the diode, and the end just snapped right off. So good, you know, sometimes you get lucky. Got to go with your gut. But anyway, the WD-40 can sometimes make your diaphragm do odd things. So let's test this out. All right. We're gonna pump water over that away. I hope. See, there's your earthing one. All right. And then we're gonna go here. Oh boy, that's nice. Let's see how far we shoot water here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good flow, actually. Because remember, SU pumps. Whoa! Turn it upside down and get all the water out of it. Okay, I'm okay with that. They work on volume more than. Boy, it took a big chunk out of that. All right, I'm okay with that. All right, well, let's blow the air through it and make sure there's no water lingering around in there. For no other reason, you don't want it getting up in your float ball. Okay, because I don't run ethanol gas in these old cars. So it won't get the water out of it. Okay, well that gets a thumbs up from me. That's pretty doggone good. Well, I got lucky. So here's the one that I just did. And it does pretty good. We just saw it shooting the water everywhere. Shooting the rapids. Where's that end? There it is. Okay. So we got to be careful here. We don't want a dead short going anywhere now, do we? Okay, we're going to call this quits. I've been at this for a long time. Alright, so I just gave up on that electronic one. Okay, so here's this one. That one's doing pretty good. And here's the one I just built. So let's see how we do here. See if I'm going to get lucky. I had enough parts anyway. Don't love that diaphragm. But let's find out. I might have the music a little loud. I don't. Oop! Anytime you're doing something like this, you get all nervy about things. Okay, let's. There you go. Well, I got a backup. 2 backups actually. All right. just made it out of junk parts I had. Luckily, I had enough contact points that were decent enough. Gosh, I don't know. That's pretty doggone good. Well, let me just put it on together and mark it as a negative earth. Okay. Well, that's all. I'm going to give one final shot of how much it's rained here. The pond is about filled up. It crossed over. I was surprised by that. There's actually 2 sides to the pond. And there's kind of the middle part where I'm going to put a fountain. And it's rained so much that it's crossed over the Rubicon there. What's the Rubicon? Isn't that the river in Rome where the Caesar crossed, and then he in the civil wars in 79 BC or something? But once you cross the Rubicon, you can't go back. Got to keep fighting and all. Okay, whatever. I digress. Let's go look at the pond. I'm happy about this. Oh boy, this is crazy. All right, well let's. My shoes are gonna get wet, but I have to change my. Now who would be passing somebody out there? You guys are crazy. All right. And then it made the guy behind him mad. Now they're doing the tailgate thing. Ah, you nutballs. Hear him out there throttling. I'm gonna get you. I don't know how much it's rained to keep my camera dry. Try to stomp over there a little bit. It's a cold rain too. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Okay, back in a minute. Oh yeah, shoes are wet. Look at that. That's crazy. That is really crazy. Well, let's go inside and see how much it's rained since 11 o'clock this morning. I gotta keep my camera dry. See, I got this thing and it crossed over. Well, it's gonna be me talk pretty someday. Me have pretty pond one day soon. I promise. All right, so it's almost 4 o'clock. So since 11 this morning, it has rained 3 inches. So that puts us at 5 inches of rain in about a day. So, my goodness. Well, what do you know? Alright, well, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And I sure appreciate y'all spending time with me. And I tried to have as much brevity as possible. But SU pumps are very complicated things. So we'll talk to you next time. Something else bound to come up. I don't know what it's going to be. Something. Might be building an ark might be the next thing.